What's going on, guys? Back at you with another one. You already know what the deal is. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for future uploads, like and comment on this video. I greatly appreciate all of it. All right, so next up on the turntable, guys, we've got this 55 Chevy Bel Air gasser. And as you can see, this was originally one of the premium castings, and I have stripped it from all of its parts, meaning the interior, the windshield, and the wheels that originally came on this car. I took off of it and put it on another car because personally I like the other Bel Air gasser a little bit better. I do have one of these premiums in my collection as well, so again, I stripped it down for all of its parts and traded it out with another one. I'll show you guys that one real quick. Like I said, I just personally like this casting a lot better, so went ahead and put all the premium parts on it. Love it, love it. Either way, this is the one we're talking about, so we're going to be doing a custom on this as usual. And I do have this one drilled apart and ready to go into the stripper. So I will go ahead and pull everything apart like usual and show you guys the insides, all the parts to it, let you guys check them out real quick. Hang tight. Alright guys, here it is all pulled apart. Not really a whole lot to see here, but I'm going to show it to you anyway, just in case you're new to the channel and new to the hobby and you want to see what it looks like. So you got your typical casting, your windshield, your interior, and your plastic base in this case, because like I said, I stripped it from all its premium parts for that other one I just showed you. In this case, you know, we're doing a custom, so it will definitely get some real rider wheels on it. More than likely going to almost definitely sure we'll leave the interior and everything chrome on this one. Won't be doing anything to the windshield. It is brand new, and as usual, we'll do a custom on this the body here and get it all back together. I will get it stripped down. You guys know I use the citrus strip. That's what it's about to head to. And then I'll probably show it to you real quick when it's out of the stripper and all the paint is stripped off. That way we can go over any casting lines that I might find on it. As I always do, I'm sure I will. So we'll talk about those and what I'll do to take care of those. Until then, guys. Alright guys, so we are back with the Bel Air casting. All the paint has been stripped off, and I know I told you guys I usually just let them sit overnight, but I also told you guys that after about 5 hours you can go ahead and get all the paint off of it, and that's about where we are right now. I think this one might have sat maybe 6 hours, but as you can see, I just took it to the sink, hit it with the toothbrush, all the paint just comes right off of it. So we'll go ahead and talk about the casting lines on it real quick. Just wanted to show you. Won't spend too much time here because my phone is dying right now and that's what I use. But here we go. So they're pretty nasty on this one. I mean, as far as like how much of a casting line there actually is, it's going to take a good little bit of sanding to smooth these back out. But you got one across the front quarter panel here. Goes all the way across the top of the fender, all the way down into here. Probably won't do a whole lot down inside here, but we'll definitely take care of it across the top here and down the sides. Again, runs all the way across this one, down the side of it as well. And then you've also got them on your roof right here. Again, pretty solid casting lines. It's a lot easier to take care of this stuff on the roof because it's already pretty smooth elsewhere. You know, you got a nice, you know, even surface to work with, so it's pretty easy to get in there and do the sanding that you need to do. Also running across this side of the roof, and then across the back of the trunk lid, This one actually sinks down into the casting a little bit, and to be honest with you, I would rather sand the ones that stick up a little bit easier, because at this point all you're really trying to do is level that little bit out when it comes to the stuff that's kind of sunk down into the casting. I've actually got to sand enough of this whole trunk lid to get back even, to get all this back even and smooth. So anyway, in my opinion, it's a little bit easier to take care of the stuff that's sticking up a little bit more versus the stuff that's kind of sunk down into the casting. But then you can see it's also running across these back quarter panels, across the top of the fender, both sides. But other than that, that's pretty much about it. So that's what I'll be doing for about an hour or so, getting rid of these casting lines, and then we'll get the wheels and stuff fitted on it, make sure everything looks good before we move into cleaning it up for the primer. Stick around. Alright guys, I am back with the 55 Bel Air casting. Got it all sanded down, all the casting lines taken care of. You can see the roof casting lines are now gone, as well as the casting lines that ran down the front fenders and over the top, and also took care of the ones that ran across the back and the one that ran across the trunk lid there. Nice and smooth, ready to go for primer. And as usual, what I use to take care of that, good old fingernail file. Cheap little fingernail file, but like I said, these work really good. And that's the only thing I did with this one. I didn't go with a finer grit or anything, not trying to polish it or anything like that. So then after that, I just cleaned it up, the whole casting, with some steel wool. I like to do that after I do all my sanding and everything. So that's pretty much it for this little part. I mean, I probably will skip showing you guys the casting and primer again, and we'll just go straight into the paint job, and then putting the new wheels on the base. Nothing special to any of that. So next up, you guys will pretty much see the casting in its finished state. As far as the primer goes, we are going to actually, primer is probably going to be, yeah, we're going to do my typical Krylon matte black paint that I use as my primer right now, because that's what I have. And the reason I'm doing another matte black is because I will be going on top of that with, excuse me, I've got it here somewhere. Here we go. I'm going to be going on top of that matte black primer with a metallic silver, another Rust-Oleum, metallic silver. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to attempt my first marble paint job. So once I apply the primer and then I apply the metallic silver, then I will take some acrylic black paint. And the technique that I've seen, I don't have any up here with me right now, but you take like a piece of saran wrap, just kind of wad it up a little bit to give it some texture, and then you just dip it down in your acrylic paint, and then you would just apply it where you want to on the casting to give it that marbleized look. And then once that dries and I'm done with that process, a lot of people would do a candy color over top of that. I don't use Createx paints. I think that's what most people use, Createx candy colors. When I'm attempting a candy or close to Spectraflame, it's not quite Spectraflame, at least not the few attempts that I've made with it. But as far as the candy, this will work perfect. I'm going to use this Duplicolor metal cast. I've used it before, and it should give that nice effect that I'm looking for to give a pretty cool little marbled paint job. I'm almost out of that stuff, so I might have to pick up some more, but that's the color that I have right now, and that's also the color that I want to use, so it works out perfect. And then I'm also going to, once the metallic silver is applied, I'm going to take some of this really thin 1/16 art tape. You can see it's really thin stuff, and I'm going to run myself some stripes across the hood. That way, whenever I do apply this metal cast and then pull the tape off, I'll have some nice metallic strips underneath that. I'm not going to marble the top of it. I'm going to marble everything else on the casting except for that particular spot. Actually, to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it, I'll probably tape it off once the metallic silver is on there and then do a little bit of marbling on that. I think that'll look pretty good. Yeah, I think that's the way that I'll go. But that's the direction I'm heading. That's the stuff that I'm going to be using. Everything on this build is going to be straight spray cans, as I just showed you. So fingers crossed. Hopefully all that comes out well, and you'll see it when it's finished. All right, and here we have it. Got the 55 Bel Air gasser all finished up. Looking fantastic. I think the paint came out just beautiful on this one. Shows up a little bit darker here inside in my workshop, but outside it's got a really beautiful shine to it. Looks a little bit more like candy out in the sunlight. And you can see why I chose to go with that type of paint was because it's more of a translucent paint. Basically, it's a colored clear coat, and you know, it allows that black marbleized look up underneath of it to show through the paint, which is exactly what I was looking for. And yeah, you can see I've accomplished exactly what I was trying to do with it. I'm very pleased with the outcome of this gasser. And I did have to repaint this one. I had to strip it down and do it a second time, but it was not due to the metal cast paint itself, which sometimes I have trouble with. You know, it's very finicky. You got to be really gentle while applying it, if you will. The reason I had to strip it down, though, was because of clear coating issues. This particular paint says, you know, either get all your coats on within 1 hour or wait 7 days. I think I waited 8 days and then clear coated, and then it just wrinkled up some of the paint in areas, and I just wasn't happy with it. And you know, I've said it before, I'm my own worst critic when it comes to my end results on my customs. You know, if I'm not happy with it, I can't expect anybody else to be happy with it. So that's what I did. I stripped it down and repainted it, but the second time worked out great for me. And you'll also notice that I'll show you a shot of it. I went with a checkerboard decal on the roof this time. Earlier in the video, I mentioned to you guys that I was going to be taping it off and spraying it. That way, when I pulled the tape back off, it would be nice metallic silver stripes on the roof of the car, which, you know, on the first attempt when I painted it, that's exactly what I did. But not only was I not happy with the outcome of the overall paint job, that metal cast is so thin that it you know, it leaked through some of that tape. That particular tape I don't think is necessarily made for this, what I was trying to do with it. I'm sure it will work. Maybe I just didn't have it laid down as good as it should have been, but either way, it kind of leaked through some of that tape, and I wasn't completely dissatisfied with it. I mean, of course, you know, I wanted it to look a little bit better, but I was okay enough with it to go ahead and clear coat it. But then, you know, like I said, that's when I had my problems. So after stripping it down and repainting it, I decided instead of messing up another paint job and trying to do the stripes, I would just make some decals for it, which I think turned out great. Personally, I like the checkerboard look to it a little bit better than I did the stripes that I had on it the first time. But either way, that's enough about that. We can talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I did to it. You guys can see I put a few racing decals on the front fender there. Detailed out the tail lights, gave it a nice little Florida tag. Detailed the handles, the keyholes. Detailed the front headlights, the parking lights, the little tank on the front bumper. Also gave it this new set of Real Rider wheels. Personally, I think these wheels look great on it. I think the red around the wheel there just looks really good with the paint. And then the black mag, or I don't know if those aren't mags, but the black wheels itself, you know, again, just kind of goes with the whole theme of the car. I mean, personally, like I said, I think the wheels just really look good on this one. So those are what I chose to go with. And then you guys can see, you know, the marble paint job I was talking about a little bit earlier. I'm in love with it. I think it looks great. I'm definitely going to use that technique on another car here in the future. Not exactly sure what it'll be yet, but I'm sure you guys will get a chance to see it once I get it done. Anyway, detailed a little bit of the stuff inside the engine bay, the top of the radiator, gave that a little chrome look. Some of the parts inside the engine bay there, as well as some of the parts on the engine itself. And then, let's see, I'll give you guys a little shot when it spins back around here. Also let you check out this roof a little bit more. Spinning back around inside the back windshield, you could see I've put my Instagram logo on there, Dad in the Hat. It's actually on the inside of the car, on the interior back behind the back seats there. It's not actually on the glass itself. It was actually a perfect fit for my little decal right there, and I thought it gave it a pretty cool, unique little touch to it. Also thought it was just a pretty cool little spot to add it. So I've been working on a couple gassers now, and that's where I've been putting those decals. You guys know I like to, I don't know, I don't always do it, but I try to brand my cars when I get a chance, you know, just like I said, it gives it that extra little touch, that personal touch to it. That way, if for some crazy reason it ever ends up in somebody else's hands, you know, it's branded, I guess, you know. I mean, I guess they could always pull it off of there if they wanted to, but either way, this is it, guys. All finished up. Like I said, I'm very pleased with the outcome of this one. Can't wait to do another one. I've actually got a couple more of these gassers finished up. One of them, I just need to put the video together to get out to you guys. One of them I'm not making a video of, but I will be showing it to you guys in one of my upcoming Show and Tell Saturdays videos. So stick around, stay tuned for those. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you like this custom. I appreciate you guys for checking out another video, for being subscribers. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.